What's going on, Beta Channel? Here I got a battle against MistPhameMedia. His link is in the description, as well as mine. Looking at his team, main threats I want to deal with are the Politoed and the Toxicroak, because if I can get rid of that Politoed early on, then it'll just be much more easy to deal with the rest of his team, especially the Toxicroak, since that thing will be a pain to deal with in the rain. So I'm going to lead off with Mind Chow. He obviously leads off with Politoed. I'm going to go for the Fake Out just to see what kind of Politoed this thing is. If I see leftovers, you know, it's bulky, and if I don't, then it's without a doubt choiced. So I'm assuming this thing is choice scarfed right now, so I'm going to switch out to Tentacruel, hoping to take this very well, but you know, judging by that damage, that thing is most definitely specs. So I'm going to switch out right now, go back into Mind Chow, because I know he's going to want to switch out into Ferrothorn, because Ferrothorn pretty much puts Tentacruel on blast. I mean, Tentacruel really can't do anything at all to Ferrothorn, and I'd rather just take this thing out than, you know, try to set up Toxic Spikes or something. So go for the high jump kick, but he has the Protect, so I want to go for it again, thinking that he's not going to want to go for the Protect, but unfortunately I missed, so that's unfortunate, but, you know, these things happen, so I'm just going to have to deal with that. So I go into Latios. My only real option to take this thing out is to go for the HP Fire, because, you know, even though it's in the rain, it's still ×2 effective, plus the Expert Belt. So he's going to switch on to Politoed, luckily, so go for the Hidden Power. It's not going to do anything, but because of lack of Life Orb or anything, I want to assume that he thinks I'm choiced, and go for the Thunderbolt, and yeah, that takes it out, because he's specs, obviously, so I can outspeed, and now that that thing is taken out of the way, I can hopefully deal with the rest of his team much more easier. He's going to go into Toxicroak. I was expecting a Sucker Punch, but you know, Substitute's fine also. And right now, after all these after-turn effects, I'm going to go for the Hail, which works out very nicely, because now I can get rid of his Rain, and I can just deal with, you know, this Politoed, not the Politoed, the Toxicroak much easier. Hail is something I like to run on bulky water, because, you know, once you get rid of that weather, it's much easier to deal with the rest of a weather team's team. And, you know, Ice Beam, I find it useless on Tentacruel, because even if you can get a neutral hit on something, it's really not going to do much, and you can't really outspeed and take out a lot of things. So I'm going to Shelgon right now. Because I'm in the hail and not in the rain, I can go for Fire Blasts and most definitely take out those subs because of his Dry Skin ability. You know, despite Shelgon's pathetic special attack, Dry Skin boosts the damage that Fire Blast does, so he's going to set up some bulk ups. It's really not a problem, because you know, most bulk up sets are fairly bulky in nature, I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure I can take anything this thing throws, and he goes for the Sucker Punch, and I believe it's at +3 right now, but even then, it does not that much, you know, to the point where I can just stall this thing out. So go for the Fire Blast. It doesn't do that much, but, you know, luckily it does enough so that it can break his subs and, you know, kind of put some pressure. I'm pretty sure he's going to want to go for the Sucker Punch, or, well, anything again, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to go for the Wish. I'm not really sure why he didn't go for a Drain Punch or anything like that, but, you know, that works out nicely for me. So I didn't expect him to switch, because he hasn't seen the Protect yet, but I guess Wish and Protect kind of go in tandem, or he was expecting a Fire Punch or a Fire Blast. But he goes for the Ice Punch, and you know, at that range of HP, I'm pretty sure I can take it fairly decently. So I get the Toxic off, and now that I'm pretty sure he's Choice Banded, I'm going to switch on to Scizor, who can hopefully take it fairly decently. And take it decently he does, and I'm going to double switch now, because I know he's going to want to switch out, because this is pretty much a losing situation for him. Number of options: switching to Latios, expecting Ferrothorn, which I do right now. Of course, I could just go for a Pursuit or set up a Swords Dance, but I figure Latios would be the better play overall, except he switches into this, what is the flying one called? I completely forget. But he switches into this genie thing, and surprisingly enough, he goes for the acrobatics for the flying gem. And I stayed in because there's no hail or rain, so Hurricane's going to be at 70 accuracy, which makes it not too viable. Because if he missed, then that'd be huge. But yeah, that caught me off guard. So Revenge with Staraptor. I'm pretty sure the Aqua Jet's coming, so I'm gonna go into Tentacruel. Hopefully, take 2 of them after Black Sludge, and then I can get the Rapid Spin off. And luckily, I do. So now that I got the Rapid Spin off, it's gonna be much easier for Staraptor to come in and out. And right now he's going to switch. I was expecting the Ferrothorn switching, but he switches into Dragonite, so not sure what this thing wants to do, but I know it's going to be a pain with that stupid multi-scale ability. So I'm just going to go for the Scald, not, hopefully to get the burn. Unfortunately, I don't get the burn. And he's going to go for the Thunder Wave, which really doesn't matter too much. I mean, this Tentacruel is pretty much, it's done whatever it's gonna do this battle, so I was just leaving it in as fodder. But yeah, he's gonna go for the Dragon Pulse. It's not gonna take me out, hoping to get the burn, but I just don't get the burn, and I never get it for some reason. I don't know why. I'm just unlucky. But I'm pretty sure he has Hurricane, but he's not gonna want to use it outside of the rain. So I could switch into Scizor, but I'm going to switch out into Staraptor just to get as much damage as I can before switching him in. So go for the Brave Bird, and it's going to do a decent amount, but because of the multi-scale, obviously. And he's going to go for the Thunder Wave. I was hoping he wouldn't go for the Roost and, try to stall me out of Brave Bird, but he just decides to kill me off right here, which works out much better for me in the long run. I'm not even sure if he has Roost. He doesn't go for the Roost, but then again, he's at a good amount of health, so he doesn't really need it, I guess. So I'm going to go into Scizor, and a common trend he's doing is going for Thunder Wave, so I know I can take that because I do have the Lumberry, and I can just get up a Swords Dance, and hit this thing with a Bullet Punch, even if it doesn't kill. I'm pretty sure he's going to want to go for the T-Wave again, which really doesn't matter at all because I don't really have any sort of speed investment on the Scizor, and the only real thing it affects is that his Azumarill's Aqua Jet would be faster because he'd be technically faster. So he sends out Ferrothorn, though. I'm gonna go for the Bug Bite. It's gonna do a pretty decent amount, and I really should have saw the Leech Seed coming because he did have the Protect. And Protect and Leech Seed pretty much go in tandem, so what I should have done here is go for the Swords Dance, expecting to Protect, but in the end, it's not really a big problem in the long run because after this Leech Seed and after I go for another attack and the Iron Barb's recoil, his Toxicroak Sucker Punch would most definitely be able to take me out. So that's exactly what he, I guess, plans to do. He goes into Toxicroak and tries to take me out with Sucker Punch, but seeing as how that's the obvious play, I'm gonna go into Shelgon, and even if you would predict that and go for a sub or a bulk up or something, I really don't care at this point because without any boosts, he's really not going to be doing anything at all to me. So I'm just going to go for a Wish just to get my HP back. And he sends out Azumarill. I'm pretty sure the Ice Punch is coming, but he actually ends up going for the Waterfall. Really, I'm not sure what he's predicting, but really, it doesn't make a difference in the long run because, after the Protect, I'm at a good enough HP range to where I can easily take Ice Punches. So the only thing he could have done is either gotten a crit or a freeze. Because he's choice locked into Waterfall, I know he's eventually going to want to switch out because it's like a 30 hit KO or something. So I'm going to go for the Fire Blast, expecting to switch, hoping to get the burn again, but just me and 30% burn rates just don't work out well. But it does a decent amount of damage, so after a couple of subs, he's gonna be at the point where he can't really do anything else. So, gonna go for the Fire Blast. Luckily, it hits, and right now I'm pretty sure he's gonna go for a bulk up. But even at +3, he really couldn't do anything. So again, I'm at full health at this point, so this is pretty much a losing battle for him. I mean, I pretty much have this little stall war one, so he's gonna go for the Sucker Punch. It's gonna do nothing. I'm gonna go for the Fire Blast. I missed one before, which is important because I'm pretty sure at this point I only have like 2 Fire Blasts left. Luckily, I don't miss any more, so I go for the Fire Blast and it takes him out. And now his last poke is a Zoomerl, which at the range of HP I'm at, I can take an Ice Punch. So I'm just gonna go for the Protect and just to see what he's gonna do. Just in case he got a crit or something, I'm just going to stall out more with the toxic damage. And if he did get a crit or something, I can go into Scizor and just Bullet Punch, which I'm pretty sure at that range, after toxic, would probably take him out. But he doesn't, and I can get the Wish up, and yeah, this Azumarill's pretty much all but dead, so not much else left to say about the battle, as it's all but a good game at this point, so hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave some comments. Feedback is always appreciated. And also leave or hit that like button if you did like it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I have to say. So yeah, have a nice day and peace out.